All right. So college sports recruiting, it can be, well, everyone knows it's a whirlwind, right?
Yeah.
Especially for a sport like beach volleyball. I mean, trying to find the perfect program, it almost feels like trying to hit a moving target in a sandstorm. You know what I mean?
It really is. And it's true. I mean, until very recently, athletes basically had to scavenge for whatever information they could find, bouncing between different websites, and rankings, and, just word of mouth, really. And trying to get a clear picture of a program was almost like building a sandcastle with one hand tied behind your back.
Yeah, exactly. So let's deep dive into a game changer here. It's called College Beach Navigator. So imagine this, like a one-stop shop that brings clarity to this whole chaotic world of college beach volleyball recruiting. We're talking in-depth program profiles, powerful search tools, the works. And for this deep dive, we've got some awesome source material. We've got excerpts from their website, and then, get this, endorsements from nearly 50 college beach volleyball coaches. Talk about a stamp of approval, right?
It really is impressive. And having all those coaches vouch for the platform, I mean, that speaks volumes. It's not just about algorithms and data points. It's about real people who actually understand all the nuances of this entire process.
Yeah. It's real, data-driven insights, but combined with these insider perspectives, you're getting the hard numbers and the behind-the-scenes scoop all in one. We're talking about, freshman retention rates, travel schedules, roster breakdowns by height, even program budgets. We are going deep.
And that's what makes it so incredibly valuable, because it's not just surface level stuff, College Beach Navigator actually digs into all the little details that can really make or break a student athlete's entire experience.
Okay, so let's break it down a little bit here. What exactly is College Beach Navigator?
So think of it. Basically, it's a comprehensive database for all things college beach volleyball. They offer all these different search tools that help the athletes filter programs based on their specific criteria. And then, this is where it gets really cool. They have incredibly detailed profiles for every single NCAA and NAIA beach volleyball program out there.
Whoa. Every program, like from coast to coast.
Coast to coast. It doesn't matter if you're dreaming of playing in California or crushing it in Florida, College Beach Navigator has got you covered.
That's awesome. And you mentioned those coach endorsements. And we're not talking about some random coaches either. These are big names in the beach volleyball world.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you've got coaches like Caitlin Moriarty from Barry College, McKenna Wilson from Florida Southern College, and Josh Marsh from Mercer University, just to name a few. And all of them have given this their stamp of approval. And these are coaches, they're the ones on the front lines of recruiting. So their endorsement really carries a lot of weight.
Oh, absolutely. All right, well, let's jump into this. The exclusive insights on every college team section. This is where things start to get juicy, I think.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. This is where the data starts to actually tell a story. So we're talking freshman retention rates, travel trends, budget breakdowns, even coach contact information. It really is like a treasure trove of insights.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. Freshman retention rates, That's got to be a big one for student athletes and their families.
Oh, absolutely. For sure. A high freshman retention rate, that can indicate, a program's commitment to really supporting those first-year players, both on and off the court. It really suggests that there's a strong team culture and a coaching staff that's really invested in helping those athletes adjust to college life as a whole.
So if you're an athlete and you thrive in a really supportive environment, that's something to really look for.
Absolutely. It's definitely a good sign that the program is actually invested in its players' well-being and success overall.
Okay. And what about those travel trends? Does that data reveal anything interesting?
Oh, you bet. Some programs, they actually prioritize regional competition, while others are, they're jet setting all across the country. And for some athletes, extensive travel might sound exciting, while others might prefer a more localized schedule. So this information really helps you understand, okay, what are the travel demands of these different programs, and does that even align with your preferences?
I'm curious about the budget information. Can you give us an example of how that data might be insightful?
Sure. So let's say you're comparing two programs. You've got Program A, they've got a massive budget, lots of resources allocated to travel and facilities. And then you've got Program B. They have a more modest budget, but they consistently send players to the national championships.
Whoa, so a bigger budget doesn't necessarily mean a better program.
Exactly. It's all about understanding how a program allocates its resources and whether their priorities actually align with yours. So maybe you're looking for a program with top-notch facilities, or maybe you're someone who prioritizes coaching expertise and player development over, fancy equipment. The budget data can offer some really valuable clues.
It sounds like College Beach Navigator.
Yeah.
It really helps you see beyond the surface. and understand kind of the real story behind a program.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next section here. Detailed profiles help you find your best fit. This is where we really get into the nitty-gritty, right?
Absolutely. And these profiles are, they're insanely detailed, like you said. They cover everything from roster insights to performance data, scheduling trends, team academics, demographics, coaching staff, financial insights, even team travel patterns.
Wow, that is a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
It's like having like a dossier on each program. Where do we even begin?
Well, let's start with roster insights. So you can actually see the average height and size of all the players, where they're all from, what percentage are dual sport athletes, and then, of course, those all-important freshman retention rates.
Right. Okay, so I'm picturing like a volleyball player who's maybe a little shorter than average, and they're wondering, will I fit in on this team where everyone seems to be towering over the net? And this kind of information, I mean, it can really put their mind at ease.
Exactly. It's all about finding a program where you feel, comfortable and confident. Maybe you're looking for a team with a diverse mix of players, or maybe you want a program that really values dual sport athletes. And these insights really help you understand the team dynamic and whether it aligns with your personality and goals.
Makes sense. Okay, so then we've got performance data. This one, I mean, it seems pretty straightforward. Wins, losses, rankings, right?
Right, but it goes deeper than that. You can see their postseason history, how many All-Americans they've produced, even their record against specific opponents.
Okay, so if I'm an athlete who dreams of, playing in the national championship, I can use this data to see which programs actually have, a track record of success at that level.
Exactly. You can see which programs consistently make deep runs in the postseason and which ones might be, on an upward trajectory.
Okay. All right, I'm intrigued by this. Scheduling trends. This sounds like it could be really helpful for, athletes who are trying to balance their volleyball commitments with, I don't know, academics or other priorities.
Definitely. You can see the level of competition they play against, Division N, T3, NAIA, the number of matches they play, and then the breakdown of home versus away games.
So I'm imagining an athlete who's also really into music or theater, for example. They might be looking for a program with a slightly less demanding travel schedule so they can still pursue their other passions.
That's a great point. College is all about finding the right balance, and this information can really help athletes make sure that their volleyball commitments align with their overall goals.
Okay. What about team academics? I'm guessing this one's pretty important for parents, too.
Absolutely. This section highlights the program's academic track record. So you can see the university's overall academic ranking, the team's graduation success rate, and even any academic awards they've received.
Okay, so if academic excellence is a top priority, I mean, this data can help you find programs that really value both athletic and academic success.
Exactly. It's all about finding a program that supports your growth both on and off the court.
Awesome. Okay, on to demographics. What kind of information are we talking about here?
This section covers pretty much everything from, the school's location and size to its religious affiliation and student body diversity.
So let's say I'm an athlete who really values being part of a close-knit community. So I might look for a program at a smaller school with a strong sense of tradition, right?
Exactly. Or maybe you're drawn to a more urban environment with a diverse student body. The demographics data can really help you find a school that, feels like the right fit overall.
Right. What about coaching staff? This one seems it seems self-explanatory, but I'm guessing there's more to it than meets the eye.
Definitely. You can see the head coach's contact information, the size of the coaching staff, their backgrounds and experience, and whether it's a dedicated beach volleyball staff or if they coach other sports as well.
So I imagine this is, really helpful for getting a sense of the coaching style and philosophy. Some athletes, they may prefer a head coach who's very hands-on, while others might thrive under a more delegative approach.
That's a great point. It's all about finding a coaching style that really resonates with you and helps you reach your full potential.
Okay. And then we've got financial insights. I'm betting this one is a game changer for a lot of families out there.
For sure. College is a big investment, and this section, it provides some valuable transparency. You can actually see tuition costs, scholarship opportunities, operating expenses, and even budget trends over time.
I can imagine a scenario where an athlete is choosing between two programs that are equally strong athletically, and maybe the financial insights tip the scales in favor of a program that offers more scholarship opportunities or has a lower overall cost of attendance?
Exactly. This information can empower families to make really informed decisions based on their financial situation.
Awesome. And finally, we have team travel. We talked about this a bit earlier, but what kind of specific details can you actually find in this section?
You can see the team's travel patterns, their most common destinations, the breakdown of in-state versus out-of-state competition, even the average distance traveled per season.
Wow. So if I'm an athlete who gets homesick easily, I might want to prioritize a program that, stays a little closer to home. Or maybe I'm the opposite. I'm looking for a program that travels to some exciting destinations.
Exactly. This information helps you factor travel into your decision and make sure it aligns with your lifestyle and preferences.
Okay, so we've got all this incredible data, but how do we actually UEZ it to find the right program? That's where College Beach Navigator search tools come in, right?
That's right. So they've got 4 main tools: Program Navigator, Search by Name, Program Locator, and Top 10 Programs lists. And each one is designed to, help you slice and dice the data in different ways and find programs that meet your specific criteria.
Okay. Let's start with Program Navigator. What makes this tool so special?
So Program Navigator is it's like having a personal assistant for your college search. You can filter and sort programs based on, any combination of criteria. Let's say you want a school with a high graduation rate, a team that travels to California a lot, and a coach with a certain background. Boom! Program Navigator will just whip up a list for you.
Wow. So instead of spending hours clicking through websites and trying to remember which program had which stats, I can just plug in my preferences and let Program Navigator do all the heavy lifting.
Exactly. It really streamlines the search process and lets you focus on the programs that actually align with what you need.
Okay, that's awesome. What about search by name?
Oh, that one's pretty straightforward. If you already have some schools in mind, you can just type in their name, and it'll take you directly to their program profile.
Okay, so it's like a shortcut for when you've heard good things about a specific program and you want to get the inside scoop.
Precisely. No need to scroll through endless lists or try to remember where you saw that program mentioned.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Program Locator? This one sounds kind of intriguing.
This one's super cool. It's an interactive map that lets you visualize all the beach volleyball programs in the country. You can zoom in on, specific regions or states and see all the programs in that area.
Hold on, so I can actually see where all the programs are located. That's genius. I'm a visual person, so this would be a game changer.
Right. It really helps you get a sense of the beach volleyball landscape and see which programs are, clustered in certain areas. So maybe you're drawn to a specific region for, I don't know, academic or personal reasons, or maybe you're looking to be part of a thriving beach volleyball community. This tool gives you that bird's eye view.
Okay, I'm sold on Program Locator. Last but not least, we've got the top 10 programs lists.
Okay, so these are curated lists that basically highlight programs that are excelling in specific areas. You've got lists for best academics, highest graduation rates, most All-Americans, smallest rosters, largest coaching staffs, you name it.
This is perfect for those of us who love a good list. It's a quick and easy way to just see which programs stand out in all these different categories.
Exactly. They're great for generating ideas and getting a sense of, the different types of programs out there. You might even discover a hidden gem that you wouldn't have found otherwise.
Yeah. Right. So, College Beach Navigator, it helps you find the right program, but it also goes beyond that, right? They talk about saving time, getting exclusive information, asking better questions, and committing with confidence.
Right. And they're really addressing all those pain points of the traditional recruiting process, which can often feel like a shot in the dark.
Oh, tell me about it. I remember my college search, it felt like just this chaotic mix of attending these random showcases and sending emails into the void,
Yeah.
just hoping for the best.
Exactly. College Beach Navigator really streamlines that entire process, and it puts you in control. So instead of passively waiting for a coach to notice you, you're actually actively seeking out programs that align with, your goals and values.
So instead of being at the mercy of whatever information happens to come my way, I can proactively do my research and approach coaches with specific questions and insights. That's empowering.
It totally is. You're not just a face in the crowd anymore. You're a well-informed candidate who has actually done their homework and is genuinely interested in their program.
And that, exclusive information piece is huge. We're talking about data that you won't find anywhere else, like those freshman retention rates, travel patterns, budget insights. That kind of insider knowledge, I mean, that can give you a real edge.
Definitely. It allows you to see beyond those, glossy brochures and social media posts and really understand the real culture and priorities of the program.
And knowing all this allows you to, like, ask better questions. Instead of just asking a coach about their practice schedule, you can ask them about, your team's travel philosophy or how they support their first-year players academically.
Right. You're not just asking those generic questions anymore. You're actually engaging in like a meaningful conversation that shows, hey, I've done my research and I'm genuinely interested in what you're doing.
I love that. It's not just about, like, getting recruited.
Yeah.
It's about finding the right fit. It's about understanding what you value as an athlete and as a person, and then finding the program that really aligns with those values.
Exactly. And that brings us to a crucial question. With access to so much data, what aspects of a college beach volleyball program actually matter most to you? What criteria will actually help you find your best fit?
Yeah, we've talked about all this amazing data, but now it's Shinkali.
Yeah.
Time to actually apply it to your unique situation. What matters most to you? Is it a program with a strong academic reputation? A coach who really prioritizes player development? A team culture that feels like family? A location that's close to home? Or maybe somewhere far away and exciting?
Yeah, I mean, this is where the real work begins. College Beach Navigator gives you all the tools, but it's really up to you to define your priorities and then actually use those tools to find the program that aligns with your vision. And, don't be afraid to get really granular with your search. Maybe you're looking for a program with a really specific strength and conditioning program, or maybe you want a team that competes in a certain tournament.
I love that College Beach Navigator gives you the power to be that specific. It really is like having a custom search engine for your college dreams. But remember, even with all this data at your fingertips, it's still so important to, like, trust your gut and connect with those coaches on a personal level. I mean, data can inform your decisions, but it shouldn't dictate them entirely.
I completely agree. Visit the campuses, attend camps, and have those conversations with the coaches and the players. College Beach Navigator can help you, narrow down your options and approach those interactions with confidence. But ultimately, the decision of where to play, it should feel right in your heart.
So, what are you waiting for? Dive into College Beach Navigator, explore all the data, and start envisioning your future. Your perfect beach volleyball program is out there, and with the right tools and a clear sense of purpose, you can definitely find it.